Fucking fuck. Fucking fuck me. Fucking fuck butt fuck. Fucking fuck. Fucking fuck. Fucking fuck.
Motherfucking cocksuckers, what the fuck? Fucking fuck.
Fuck fucking 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 fucker. Fucking fucking fucking.
Fuck. Fucking 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 fucking
Fucking fucking fucking fucking fucking fucking fucker. Fucking 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 fuck fuck. Fucking motherfucker. Fucking over.
Sometimes you gotta just jump to know that you're alive, to see if you'll survive without looking down. Doesn't mean that you'll fly, you'll probably hit some walls, you're bound to trip and fall, you may even hit the ground. But nothing beats getting up and taking every blow, vanquishing your foes and winning every round. Sometimes you gotta just jump to know that you're alive, to see if you'll survive without looking down.
What?
That's the water tank.
Water. Very good.
I'll leave this with you. It's brand new.
Thank you,
The
sir.
pit is there, man.
What is that?
All right.
Can I get your number or something? Do you remember what you said when I called you from the road?
What'd that say?
It was the first sentence out of your mouth was, and you're gonna rebuild it. And,
Oh, yeah.
and we're gonna go on.
Yeah. That's what you do.
Well, I mean, my hands are on fire, and I'm like, yeah, but you know, at the moment, you know, well, it's the theme of the day. The client actually, when I told him, he's like, and you're still coming, right? I'm like,
Oh, that's right. You told it into a job.
so I had to do it. I'm like, dude, no, can anybody give me a hug? Can everybody ask me what happened?
Adam, what happened?
See, this is what I needed for my friend. So I'm driving down the 134. I just passed the Disney Animation Building, right?
Oh, okay. I thought you were on the 170, but you keep telling me it was 134.
I keep telling you.
Yeah. Okay.
You seem to forget. So I'm going, and I'm hearing all this honking, right? I'm used to that shit. And I look behind me, brown smoke billowing out. And I'm like, okay, that's a fire. That's not the normal smoke I get from my car. I pull it over real quick. I jump out. I'm a good DeLorean owner. I have a fire extinguisher ready. This is the one. And I jump out. I go to lift the vents and just destroy my hands because it's metal and it's been on fire. So I'm going. I use the entire thing and the fire keeps on going. And I'm like, fuck, that's not what happens in the movies. In the movies, these things last forever. You take out the whole fucking building.
Yeah.
So at that point, I take out my phone. And that's the end, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end. And then after a few seconds, I realized I should probably try to rip out the time circuits and the flux capacitor and the hoverboard. You know, let me get, before it explodes, which is stupid because it could have exploded. But I'm like, so I run in, I throw out the hoverboard or whatever. Just then a car rolls up. And I'm like, call the fire department. I haven't called the fire department. And the guy opens the door and he goes like this. He looks at me like this. And he is returning 2 fire extinguishers to Home Depot. I mean,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? And I'm like, and I grab it, and I go, and I lift it, and I spray it, and even crazier than that, as I'm spraying it, another guy rolls up, and he starts recording it. And you want to throw this Hollywood story on all this. The guy who brought me the fire extinguisher is wearing a Marty McFly vest. Now it's blue. It's not red or burnt sienna or whatever the hell that thing is. But come on. So we completely put out the fire, and I start kind of losing it a little bit, processing everything. I'm alive! Shit! The fire department comes after the fire is out.
How you doing, sir?
I've had better days.
What's going on with your vehicle?
It blew up.
A lot of items on that thing. Work on it?
Like Mr. Fusion is the reason the fucking thing went on fire. I mean, I couldn't say anything to him. I was like, yeah, it's my fault. You got me. Just then,
One of the guys that helped me. Oh shit! One of the guys that helped me. I was almost dead. He's a repo man.
the guy who was shooting everything, he returns, ends up he's a repo man. Raphael the Repo Man, and he's like, do you need a tow to your next gig, sir?
Raphael.
Raphael the Repo Man.
You probably need to see some crazy shit repoing cars,
Oh
man.
yeah, brother. You have to see. It's like you have to see how many times they put the gun on me.
Yeah.
Many times, bro.
He tows me to the gig. He stays at the gig. It's funny, as we get to the gig, there was a sign that said DeLorean, rest in peace, and like where it should go. And they had to push it in. It's still smoldering. Raphael the Repo Man, he brings me home. And now it's time for, of course, figuring out what the hell this all looks like. I called you. Do you remember what you said when I called you?
Absolutely not.
It's one thing you need to know if you want to be friends with Don Full of Love.
Write it down.
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. If you want to be friends with Don Full of Love, you need to remember one thing. He won't remember one thing.
Write it down.
Write it down. I was like, you got to come see this. This is crazy. And you're like, just let me know when it's running. And I'll come around. I'm like, no, dude, you got to see it. And you're like, it was literally, I don't want to.
I don't do funerals.
No. That's exactly what I was going to say. I was like, do you have something about, that's too real. Fuck that, man. Just let me know when it's running and it looks pretty. Jesus Christ. So, because of Don's aversion to intensity, for the next part of this, Don is going to make way for some guest stars. Because this gets a little dark. And but don't fear, Don will be back in the future.
Hey, man, look, I've lost bigger roles than this, bro.
I mean, you just stepped on my funny fucking line.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, he has a funny line.
That was funny, though.
Okay.
I just thought of that.
Take two.
But don't fret. Don will be back in the future,
Bring in the light.
bringing the light to the darkness, and hopefully trying to end this on a happy note, because we got some questions to answer. I'm gonna fix a fucking car. If it's the last thing I do, is it gonna be the last thing I do? Half the time I think I'm gonna lose my heart because my blood pressure is going crazy and the anxiety is so high that I'm not gonna make these gigs and I'm gonna lose my job and I'm gonna lose my fucking house. Now I gotta worry about the car blowing up. What if somebody had been in it when this happened? What if I killed somebody? Morning after the assessment. Looks so normal from the side. Oh, fucking shit. That's why they make coffee. I'm sitting there and I'm cleaning all these parts off. And every few seconds, you look up and you see your childhood hero disassembled. And I didn't know anybody else who could understand how weird that felt.
I think I can relate with that.
Yes, you rebuilt a DeLorean time machine. Not any DeLorean time machine. You rebuilt the DeLorean time machine.
One and only.
And what it does, and I'm not sure people get this, it doesn't matter if it's the DeLorean time machine, it looks like, it looks exactly the same. So your brain goes to this thing when you were a kid. That car meant something. And you're fucking with it.
Yeah.
And you're holding, and there's this weight of nostalgia that is really heavy. And also, you have a wife and kids.
Yeah.
And I don't ever mean to begrudge anybody who doesn't.
Right.
Right? And I had empathy before I had a wife and kids. However, when you actually have a wife and kids,
Changes.
it really, really does. It changes how you deal with stress. It gets a lot harder when you have people that you care about more than yourself. What were the stresses that were going through your head?
The pressure, it was unreal, really. I mean, and the toll that it took was distinct. I think once you get up into like the stratosphere of that kind of pressure, I had to kind of limit it to two directions: quit or keep going. That's it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to quit,
Right.
so I just kept going.
That's honestly all you can do. And the more overwhelming a project is, the more you have to focus on the tiniest portions. So you sink into the minutia of cleaning. You appreciate your friend Sean, who shipped you whiskey from China because he felt so bad about the fire. And one day, you're done with that chapter.
First stage of this process is done. Basic cleanup of all the parts. Which means a trip to DeLorean and Mr. Danny Botkin.
Got it?
That's it.
There you go. That's not bad.
No, it's actually pretty good shape. You clean it up,
Yeah.
it might be fine. But you can see how they're stored and stacked.
Oh, yeah,
There's
obviously.
little blemishes and scratches.
No, shit, that's better than my old one.
It kind of capsulized my relationship with Danny, which is nice guy. He's actually done some gigs for the site. Everything's cool. But every time I see him, I want to punch him because it always means several $1,000s.
Expensive.
Dude, DeLorean.
Yeah, the labor.
So,
Come on, man.
I mean, I guess I know the labor is pretty fucking crazy. I don't know. I mean, they got the corner of the market.
This is good. It's good news. Moving on. So at this point, I could have I could do a gig that didn't require driving if I could tow it.
By the way, Danny had a burnt DeLorean there. Do you understand what would have happened if that extinguisher didn't come?
No, it would have been.
It's all fiberglass. Dude, that shit goes up like it's crazy.
So how did the fire happen anyway?
That's a very big question. So we and Don did the bar bit December of 2017. 3 days later, I'm pulling out to go to a gig in San Diego, and I smell gas. I stop. I'm right next to my house. Go out and I lift the hood. Gas is like a fucking clown show. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! It's like I turn everything off. Oh my God! I immediately, because I gotta make AAA. AAA. I'm taking everything apart. I'm testing. I figured out. Did some tests and there's just a little leak.
All right, hit it. Oh, it's leaking. It's leaking. All right, turn it off.
So, I mean, the news really is the whole fire, that could have happened next to my house.
Yeah.
And I would have had no way to stop it because that extinguisher that I had didn't work. And oh my God, this could have been a completely different story. It's weird to say that we're very lucky it happened where it did. Obviously, when someone's returning a freaking fire extinguisher, that was pretty lucky.
No, there were a lot of things that lined up for you.
Oh, that really did. I mean, if your car's...
I mean, as bad as it was.
Yeah, very lucky, extremely fortunate. But, so I text Kenny. We hadn't really texted, and I just say, got a gas leak here. And he said, oh, it's no big deal. It's just a cheap Chinese part. You know, here's a link. Buy this. And like, I stopped. And this is not the first time he has used that line. Oh, don't worry. It's just a cheap part. You get it. And it's like, I spent how much?
Why are there so many cheap Chinese parts?
I don't understand why that's even a thing. Of all the things. I mean, what happens, he bought this manifold and it just came with it. Like you buy a kit and he bought that kit, whatever. But I was not going to go just replace it and go on. I needed to know why it actually failed, because even a cheap part, if it's a faulty part, it's going to fail within 30. It'd been 9 months.
Yeah.
So something caused that problem. So I had some time between my gig. I start, trying to figure it out. Whatever. I JB weld it for the time being. I drive around. It's fine, but I know it's temporary. But I've got to figure out why this failed. So January 10th comes.
Fuck me.
I'm literally a mile outside of where I need to be. I'm at a red light. The car stalls. I go to start it. It won't start. Story of my life. And I go to open the hood, and the starter cable,
What the fuck?
had literally melted
Car wouldn't start.
into the battery.
This is burning. It's melted. What the fuck?
I rig it up to just get there, which is probably stupid. It's fucking battery but I rig it up to get to the gig. Ends up it's a driving gig. As I go to the part where they're going to do these shots of the car, fucking clutch goes out. Totally unrelated.
So there's no clutch at all. Can't even power shift it through. But I was able to get it into gear and barely get it to start. So now I'm doing the entire shoot in first gear, and I can't stop the car. So however long this takes, I just got to keep going in a circle. Well, this ought to be fun. Guess what rich people don't like? This car driving around their neighborhood. I just had a neighbor run up to my car and say, "Get out of here!" I'm sure she's gonna do that again. So just let them call the police. I'll tell them. Hey, a neighbor's about to call the police. So hurry up. Oh, here she is. She's gonna block me. There she goes. Well, that's the end of that shoot. So now I'm waiting for the tow truck, and people keep asking me about this beard. Like, dude, shave it. It's really getting ridiculous. And I said, you know what? When I look in the mirror, that guy looks exactly the fucking way I feel. So until that changes, the beard's staying. I feel insane. I feel like I've aged 20 years since this fucking Fastest project started. And yeah, it's staying, buddy. It's staying. Tow truck just broke down. Of fucking course it did. January 10th, 2018, ladies and gentlemen.
So I get back, I went, there is an electrical problem. There's a short somewhere that's causing this, which probably caused the gas line to fail, because whenever there's a short in your system, it will find the weakest link and break it. It's not going to break the big shit. Shorts break the tiny little things. So what I find is when they originally put the starter cable on the starter, they bent it.
Right.
They bent it like this, but they didn't insulate the curve. That was exposed, and it wasn't always resting on the casing, but every once in a while, intermittently, if the car's vibrating,
Right.
it would start to rest on the casing, and on a starter, that's where you ground the starter. So what was happening is we were getting these shorts only during starting. And this had been happening from the beginning.
Right.
So like I fixed that. I'm like, okay, now I can buy the gas line. Now I know what's wrong. I can replace it. It wasn't it wasn't an issue. So I order the part, I go to my next gig, and the car explodes on me.
Wait, you ordered the part,
Ordered the part on a, God, I don't know what the
but it
date
hadn't
was.
arrived.
Oh no, I mean, I just,
Right, you ordered
Ordered
it,
it.
and it caught on.
yeah, I
Right.
it literally came the following Monday or whatever.
Right. You're like,
Oh, thanks.
excuse me, Karma, I'm gonna order this part now. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna raise you an explosion.
The funny thing is I did need it.
Yeah.
Although I still don't really know what caused the actual fire, because you need a spark somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And if it didn't happen at the start, when there was some short,
Right.
why did it happen? But it didn't matter. I needed to rebuild the car.
Where's my tack wire? Nah.
They'll probably just plug everything back in and the car runs. God damn it.
These wires represent these wires, but the colors aren't exact. They're pretty close. But I just kind of have to cut these wires and hope I figured out which combination. Striped go to connector, plain goes to the ECU. And this, I guess we're saying striped is out.
I start to get kind of crazy, superstitious. I shave my beard down. I'm thinking, well, clearly I look like a homeless man. Homeless men can't fix cars.
Right.
So I have to look somewhat. So I shave it down. This is the moment that I turn everything back on.
Got this other camera set up for the car, so when it explodes, there's my coffee. Fucking shit. There's the fire extinguisher. 'Cause I heard sometimes cars can catch fire. It looks as though it connected. So now we just start recording. Hey, we got two fucks are working. This is a little more emotional than I thought. If this doesn't work, I don't know what to do next. Oh wait, fuck, is anything leaking? Jesus Christ, I just turned the fuel pump on. Any leaking? Any leaking? Oh, that's leaking like crazy because I fucking didn't tighten it because I'm a fucking moron. It's trying. Definitely heard a knock though. Okay. All right, we have a new map sensor in there, right there. It's a battery power problem. God damn it. Ooh, no, that's not a battery power problem. That's something there that isn't working. Yeah, this is not good. Oh, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Are you fucking shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me?
A second fire.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, honestly, you had to start feeling cursed at this point.
It's funny in the video, like I had the fire extinguisher, right? But I was so annoyed I had to use it again because I just cleaned the entire motor and I was just like, really? Is this a fucking movie? Like, it feels like you're in a scripted sitcom. And honestly, I spray it out. I'm just so overwhelmed. And I think that is the feeling. It's not like I'm cursed. It's like, Adam, you don't have any business doing this. You're over your head.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude.
How's the battle?
I just had another car fire.
What?
Yeah. Fuck. I had an extinguisher next to me, so that's good. It's electrical, but
Okay.
I know I plugged this in right, so I'm missing something.
So how does that wire attach to the fuse box?
On like a little metal post.
Okay. And that little metal post, this is a dumb question, but that little metal post couldn't possibly be grounded somehow.
It could have. Yeah, it totally could have. That's what fucking happened. Look at that,
So
dude.
That's easy. That's easy. You got lucky.
You know, if it moves a little bit, it starts to touch the bracket.
It's too close to a ground. Okay.
Well, it just touches the bracket.
Easy fix. You can sort that.
No, I know.
Again, you found the problem, so that's good.
And I gotta say, Ray is a fucking folk hero. Like, he might be one of my favorite people on the planet.
He seemed like a real nice guy.
He was so giving with his time on something that was 1,000% not his fault.
Yeah.
Right? And he's hearing what's wrong translated from me
Right.
about a modified LS3 engine in a DeLorean. And I'm like, well, so like the green cable, why is and he's like, Adam, I'm not there. You're gonna have to slow, like, he was so cool. I talked to him probably 100 hours.
My brain is forgetting stuff, but I just switched all these wires. So if that was the problem, we will know here soon.
People think I was happy when I got the record. I was relieved when I got the record. The movie
Yeah.
is over. I don't have to fucking do this anymore. When I started that car, that meant my babies were gonna eat,
Yeah.
that that Kenny didn't beat me.
Yeah.
I keep saying it's the fire.
Yeah.
No, it was like, there's no way I'm letting this go down
Yeah.
and have him beat me. Because if I give up, that means he beat me. He didn't mean to beat me.
Yeah.
I know he did not mean to. He got in over his head. Shit happens. But I could not let the choice of letting him do that kill me.
Yeah, you accomplished something huge, man. I get it, on so many levels.
So it started, I'm putting everything back together. I go to my first gig. And it never occurred to me, but the gig was at night. I have a bunch of night gigs. So I pull out, drive down the road. First thing I do, the car's running good. I look in my side mirror, and I instinctively was looking to make sure there wasn't brown smoke and a fire.
Right.
Because the last time that I had driven that car, I looked in the mirror, I saw brown smoke, and I pulled over. Well, guess what? It was pitch black.
Couldn't see the smoke.
I couldn't see. So I start to hyperventilate. This is not good, guys. Ooh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
God, it smells like the fire. That was not something I was expecting. You know, there's only so much you can clean.
I go to start the car to leave, it doesn't start. Ted. And I'm like, I just charged the batteries, I have no idea what's wrong. So I call Raphael.
The adventures we have, we gotta do something fun for you. Yeah.
He comes down, but he doesn't have his fucking repo truck. He comes down in a Volvo. I'm like, the fuck? He's like, oh, no problem, we got the bungee cord, and he fucking ropes. I'm like, dude, you can't drag me to the valley, dog. We're downtown. What are you doing?
Watch me.
Yeah, but this thing is like, this thing is very strong.
He's like, no problem, cell phone. I'm like, oh my.
Wait, is fucking taking more pictures? This bitch is dragging me from downtown 17 miles. Oh, this is crazy, dude.
So I get back, it ends up, alternator, I assumed it was in the fire, I hadn't replaced that. I go to replace the alternator. I get the alternator out, take off the old one, get the new one, and the new one has this big black case over it. I'm like, it's interesting. And when I go to put the new one in, it won't fit in with that black case on. So we took it off to make room. I'm like, I sure think you need to have that case. I don't know what that fucking case does, but I really don't think you take apart. I didn't know.
Right.
Well, shit, believe it or not, you just take that top part off and it just leaves this, which is 10 times better than what we had. But then you can just split the top part in half, and I can modify and glue that in there pretty good. You still have the air hole, and it fits like that. So, holy fuck, I think I fixed it.
So I start to Google it, and I go to a bunch of car forums, and honestly, a lot of people have talked about that, and they're like, it's no big deal. So I call up AC Delco, you know, the maker of the thing. And I say, can I talk to like a technician? And that took me 3 weeks. Like, good luck calling like a general service and say, can I talk to the guy that builds your alternators? I get a hold of this dude who was real fucking pleasant. He's like, can I help you, sir? And I said, yeah, so I got your alternator? He said, yes. You know that black casing that's on it? If I were to take that off and then don't take off the black casing, sir. Like, I understand. But if I were to do that, would it, don't take off the case to our alternator, sir? I'm like, okay, but is it, I understand.
But if I did.
Right, is it necessary? And I'll never forget this as long as I live. There are no unnecessary parts on our parts, sir. It ends up that the way alternators work, they spin really fast, and in the middle of it, often at certain RPMs, there will be a spark. That case covers that up.
Electricity, man.
So the spark doesn't get out, and maybe, remember the power dip issue? Mm-hmm. There's your short. That's why it went. Oh. So when I'm on the freeway, there's our spark, there's our gas. That's what caused the fire.
There's your fire.
There's my fire. And yeah, what do you do? To be perfectly honest, it only mattered to me so it wouldn't happen again. You know, everybody wants to know, dude, what caused the fire? And are you mad at your brother? And like, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You know, I'm not gonna sue the guy. I don't give a fuck. I need to know what happened so it doesn't happen again.
Right.
You know, he was doing what I looked on the forums that he might have looked on that said, oh, that's not a big deal. It never occurred to him. It's okay, shit happens, man. The gas line and the starter cable, that's a very easy mistake to make. To like bend it and oh shit, it was just touching. But
so after all that, how's it running now?
Not good.
Really?
So I'm doing a gig at Hill Valley, and some of the coolest things about, you know, the job of renting this out, you know, I've gotten to, you know, you go to Marty McFly's house and do all these cool things, and I even got to do the stunt driving for a Point of Hill shoot where they literally had the VW van, and it was like I could look behind me and they were there, and I did the whole thing, and dude, for a few seconds you are Marty McFly, but it's always quick. Well, at Hill Valley, I'd been up for like 38 straight hours.
This is like fantasy movie camp. I'm literally doing the exact same run for Back to the Future at the exact same place. This is so weird. I haven't slept in. I just can't even begin to tell you.
So they're having me do the lightning sequence, and they had the strip up. They did it. You know, this shoot did it right.
It actually feels like I'm dreaming.
But I'm having that I don't know what's real anymore. Sitting in the time machine with the lights and the clock.
It feels dangerous. It feels like not a good idea. But it's Hollywood, I guess.
And Adam, bring some heat, but be safe. Action. Okay, here we go. Taking off the rod. Let's get ready to lay down our music.
So at the end of the gig, I start the car up, I'm getting ready to go, and a PA goes to stop me to tell me something. And I didn't remember I was in first gear. I let off the clutch and it,
Oh.
but it happens, it's not a big deal. Well, dude, I destroyed the transmission because when I started it back up, I put it into first and I turned the corner and it's like, like what the fuck is this? I go into second, and it's like, it can't get into gear. It's been like that for a couple months.
Oh man.
I've learned how to baby it, which is basically get it into second really quick, and then if it has momentum, it's fine. If it's got any load on it, like you're going up a hill or you're, I don't know, in stop and go traffic, not that that ever happens here, then there's some problems. The best way I can put it is in just replacing stuff, not including the fire damage, I've spent over $10,000. That's just in the past 18 months.
Yeah, and that doesn't include the engine and.
Right. No, not the fire damage. No, we're talking literally like I gotta redo the whole fuel system. Because the right fuel lines weren't used. Dude, I'm going down the road and the gas pedal sticks down.
Oh no.
Stop and go traffic.
That's not good.
I have to turn the fucking car off. I'm like, almost slam into somebody. It ends up the line.
Yeah.
The way it was designed, you had like a hole, but it wasn't curved, and it just rubbed and rubbed,
Oh.
and it's a braided wire. And guess what happens? Eventually, it goes like this. Can't come back out.
Right.
Because it got all braided and balled up in there.
Caught.
Right. So, and this is the shit that's somewhat frustrating because I went to a wire place and they have a beautiful curved little
Right.
thing. I put it in, it works fine.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus Christ, Kenny. Like,
Right.
well, I guess this is just brings us right to part 2. Because there's a whole lot of Kenny story. And we got to move on to how all that worked out. I don't want to tell the story. This is what's so fucking crazy. I almost found a way to avoid having to talk about this. While struggling with how to edit the Kenny portion of this story, there was one friend I kept coming back to, Jason Aaron, director of Back in Time, an incredible documentary about Back to the Future, which is how we met. He interviewed me for his film. You're the only friend I have who has ever really struggled or dealt with editing when it comes to a documentary and how you can shift the narrative with just one snip. In the edit you did with the interview with Dan Harmon, you juxtapositioned him with me in a funny way.
They took 7 years to write Back to the Future, and come on, everybody knows 2 and 3 suck.
Back to the Future 2 has always been my favorite because I like that it's dark. I like that it gets into the headiness of what would happen if just one little thing turned. When you were editing that, were you ever concerned, okay, well that made him kind of look like a douchebag, or were you confident that he would have laughed at that and liked it?
A lot of those like kind of jokey things where somebody says one thing and then somebody says another. That was kind of the sense of humor of my editor to juxtaposition them in that way. And I think for me, when we went through the cuts, you kind of asked yourself, is this going to piss off the person who said it?
Okay.
You just sort of, there's almost this.
Yeah, it's ethics.
It's like it is. It's like you just know. It's the whole pornography thing. Like I just know.
Yeah, you're right. I just know it when I see it.
I just know it when I see it, and that's the same thing with the edits.
The reason I ask is because obviously I'm dealing with a really tricky subject, and everybody wants to know what happened with Kenny.
Right.
And after those texts, he really did ghost. I didn't see him again, or talk to him again, or text him. And then I got the record, and that was the first moment I realized, well, maybe this is a movie. Because once he ghosted, I'm like, I'm not gonna put a movie out of my brother being awful. Like, there's just no reason to do it.
Right.
And even after I got the record, I was like, I kept going because I just felt like I should do it. I'd gotten this far, but I still looked at all the footage and went, I don't know. I don't see how this is gonna work. So I texted him then. I told him, hey, I got the record, blah, blah, blah. And his response was, he wanted anti-defamation clause from me. And I said, absolutely. And slander, libel, won't, all that. I mean, but the truth is, I couldn't have done any of those things anyway.
Well, the truth is, it's all about the truth.
Right, but I couldn't have slandered, libeled, or defamed him even without that clause, because you can't do that. He could have sued me if I did that. So I get why he wanted to do it and why he felt, but either way, it was somewhat meaningless. But I did that immediately. He signed off, and I went to edit it, and I couldn't do it. And I was like, dude, this is bad. There's just no way. 2-3 months pass. I'm finally talking to Don, and I went, you know what, man? If you and I are sitting at the bar, I bet we can do it. And I put it together with him sitting at the bar, and I do the thing where I look at the screen, say, here's the text I got, everything's fine, everything's cool. I still sat on it and went, there's nothing good that's gonna come of this from him. And then the fucking fire happened.
Just gonna fucking stand here and talk about how this fucking car almost gave me a heart attack and then blew up. Fuck you, Kenny. I'm tired of fucking saving your ass. Fuck you, Kenny. Fuck you. Yeah, I know.
Now I am releasing the movie, because if I'm gonna lose everything, I might as well get him some money for a documentary. You know what I mean? Like, really, I'm gonna lose my whole business, everything, and I'm not gonna show the movie.
So no fire, we're not sitting here, the movie never comes out.
No. When that fire happened, my brain just kind of exploded, and I have this thing in life, which is make everything a positive. Meaning, I don't care how bad it is, find a way, not just find a silver lining. I mean, make it a good thing. Like, if had that not happened, my whole life would be different. And that's usually how I deal with, crisis. Every crisis has an opportunity. I said, I want that to be the best thing. And so the first thing I did was I went and made the poster. Guess what? There's flames in my poster. Yeah, because the car caught fire. I released the movie. I'm at the DMV trying to get them to let me keep my license plate, that burnt license plate up there. They were saying, no, we have to take it to replace it. And I'm like, listen, I'm taking this license plate home. I said, it's going up at my bar. It almost killed me. It was the first thing I got when I came to California. It means the world to me. You are not, and I said, let me speak to your manager. And finally the manager said, the guy's obviously not putting it back on a car. He can take it. And so I took it. But then right then, I got the email from the distributor, oh God, you're on Amazon Prime and you're up and you're out. I'm like, oh, fucking look at it. So you know that feeling.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, what, October 21st for you?
I mean, stayed up till midnight, wait till the thing came out. I mean, it was I didn't know that Netflix released their movies at midnight Pacific until that night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they let me keep my plates. Ah! Oh my God, my movie came out. Good. All right, enjoy this feeling. Enjoy this feeling. Enjoy this feeling. And know that tonight, somebody's gonna lose their fucking mind because of the movie, and they're gonna text you awful shit, and it's gonna make you sick to your stomach, and it's really gonna ruin the moment. But right now, holy fuck, I'm so happy and I'm so excited. Whew.
I get home, I get a text from Kenny. So yeah, not exactly what I expected. I sat right there, right at my kitchen table, and teared up a little bit. Showed the text to my wife, and said, "Oh my God, he gets it." We don't talk for a little bit. I finally call him in April, It's been out for a month, and I say, let's make. When can you come out? And we find April or May. We're trying to think what that, and actually, I need a drink. It wouldn't be Fastest Delorean without Lagavulin whiskey.
And you can't drink alone.
If the I had the glass ready for you. If
Making sure.
there was ever a time for some light before this Kenny story continues, it's now.
The movie comes out March 8th. The next day, I find out that the gig I was negotiating and had no idea, it was actually for Ready Player One, and the car was going to be on the red carpet. And it was this moment of, this is why I wanted that car to run, and I wasn't ready to give up everything. I mean, because holy shit, that's pretty cool. The reason it was so cool for me, I have a kinship with that movie.
You're kind of like Parzival.
As I was sitting in my car at the Ready Player One premiere, I wondered if anyone knew. They were walking into a movie about a kid from Columbus, Ohio who races a DeLorean time machine in virtual reality. But back on that carpet, in reality, they were sitting in a DeLorean time machine that was owned by this kid from Columbus, Ohio, who engine swapped it to race.
The funniest thing is I get a call while I'm on the red carpet, and J.D. Raymer took a picture of this. Thank you for this. Of me on the phone with you going, dude, you're in Ready Player One. You're like, get the fuck out of here.
I was at work.
He couldn't come. And so, of course, the next day we go to the movie and we videoed it. Dies on the screen. You're the only
I was an Easter egg.
You are an Easter egg.
That's when I found out what an Easter egg is.
Very, very cool. And then what happens? 4 days later, we're at the March Madness GolfCon event, and you decide to live stream.
That's when that happened.
That's what 4 days. This is the craziest couple weeks of my life. Like this turnaround is nuts.
Adam Contras's beautiful little putt-putt golf course called GolfCon 9.
Wait, and a dude from Paris, France saw that.
Do you want to?
Wait, here.
Somebody is watching. Hey, Jerome.
Jerome Henry.
And then he calls you and says, come to be in my thing in France. You're like,
in France.
And you're like, hey, I'm in this new movie. We will have a screening. Dude, like it happened like dunk, da-dunk, da-dunk, da-dunk. And suddenly, we're in Paris, France. But not before. We're in Houston at a drive-in.
We're just going all over the place. Man, that was the best thing in the world, changing the engine in that DeLorean.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting there. I guess it's getting there.
To be revealed on another episode.
Yeah, man. I mean, I hear you. I'm very good at making lemonade out of lemons. Let me put it that way.
Dude, you are the king of lemonade.
Yeah, I refuse to have bad shit happen to me.
Basically saying that you're glad it caught on fire.
Yeah. You know why?
No, why?
You see the cover that's in France right now? Oh shit, we're at Cannes Film Festival as we speak.
Oh, we forgot all about. No, you said I was supposed to go to Cannes, but I can't make it.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about it. Yeah, the film is at the Indie Rights booth in Cannes, and man, that is a little baby. How old is that baby? Was that 2 months?
Those are your kids?
2 weeks old.
Oh.
Oh my god, this place is full of babies.
But nobody's the parent.
I was talking about the parent.
Oh.
Oh, you can't see my eyes. You're like, who's this alien?
Adam is a good father. He's got two of his own.
This is the cutest baby.
They're a little. Hey.
See, it happens to you too. It happens to you too. It was just this whirlwind of events, all because of the release of the movie. And then, of course, Paris.
Stay, no. 445, you never know. It falls this down if I know. And if you wait, and I can't stay another go. If all I'm waiting for, no. If you don't love Stone and all that day.
Are you sure that your lens is not dirty?
Magic is clean.
Wait.
Wait, where's the lens?
Yeah, right
It's
there.
right there. Okay.
No, we got it to I'm drinking water.
And I'm drinking apple juice.
Yep, there we go. 2 pairs. Fastest Delorean in the world starting in about 5 minutes.
And here for the fastest Delorean in the world is across the street at the theater. We're having a little
a celebratory drink.
Absolutely.
And they want us to make an entrance. So they're like, why don't you just hang out at that bar? And Don's like, okay. And
not that way. If you could stay, I promise you that all I'd do and find you. If you could be, you stay and don't go away. And I'll wait another time and go and stay.
I'm gonna order another fucking glass of water.
welcome. Love you all. What's up, baby? Oh my goodness, did I miss you guys?
And you know what I think is funny? I bet Fastest Delorean has sold some of these glasses.
These glasses are great. Yeah, they're glasses for drunk people.
Yeah, it's how you know if you're drunk. Because if you're drunk, you go. If you're sober, you know what it is. So the second you do that, you're like, okay, cut him off. So in the conversation, he's cool with coming out. We're talking about it, and he goes, so you know, I just spent a lot of money on my car. If you could buy the ticket for me.
The ticket's already paid. He already had the time off.
I bought you a ticket, and you didn't get on the plane. I didn't. You know what? I bought a ticket. I did buy a plane ticket for Ray. I brought Ray out here. It happened to be the 40th birthday of another Fastest Delorean alum. Mustang Mikey returned from Australia to play make-believe again. And I got to hang out with the race day crew. These once strangers that supported me when Kenny wouldn't. And of course that meant inviting Raphael the Repo Man over to hear the engine roar in a car he only ever knew in flames and broken down. I'm not sure these guys understand what they mean to me. But as we watched the end of Fastest Delorean together, I realized maybe I didn't truly understand what it meant to them. And what the car means to everyone. In fact, it seems like a good time to focus on that instead of Kenny. I think after putting that car back together, I really appreciated how much the car means to people and how it affects people so deeply. And that our job, I mean my job, your fucking
passion.
Yeah, your passion hobby, we get to affect people's lives greatly, you know?
When you don't even realize that you are.
Yeah, you don't even think about it until you're there. Perfect example, Marion, the brother Marion, who he screwed shit up with his girlfriend.
I finally listened. Yeah. She said she didn't want anything, so I didn't get her anything. And I got in trouble. It was
Yeah. That's rough. That's rough. Okay, so you're thinking, okay, how can I make up for this?
One of her favorite movies of all time is Back to the Future. So, okay, I'm like, I'm gonna get the poster remade in her image, and one of her favorite directors is Ava DuVernay. And so I decided to have her as Marty McFly on the Back to the Future 2 poster, and then Ava as Doc Brown. I didn't want to just send it in UPS, whatever. And so I just literally happened to look up DeLoreans, and boom,
right.
Rent the DeLorean came up.
Every once in a while, I get somebody who calls me in a predicament. I had a guy who messed up his wife's 40th birthday party years ago. He calls me and says, "Can I rent you to pick her up and then like put the date in the time circuits and pretend you're going back to 2012?" And your husband mentioned to me that he really screwed up a certain date.
Oh, my birthday!
But your 40th birthday.
Yes.
So we're gonna go back in time.
To my 40th birthday?
To your 40th birthday, we're gonna redo it.
he made the house party that they were at. He got newspapers from 2012. He had like Obama Romney stuff everywhere, right? He went all out, and it was just such a romantic way. It's almost like I want to screw something up so I can do that. What a great idea, right? But with yours, it occurred to me, I'm like, I'm gonna upsell you because I believe Mayor Goldie Wilson himself should come out of the time machine.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we've been recording this whole time.
We're always recording. When you're with Adam Contras, realize that you're always recording.
It's not true.
Bullshit, it's always true.
Dude, if that were true, you'd be in jail.
Whatever. Oh my God, read me privately or openly. Did he seal it?
Don't do it.
It's sealed. I can't open it. It's sealed.
Give the guy a break, dude.
I put a little steroids on your birthday package. I'm giving you, girl, a Goldie Wilson, Reelect Goldie Wilson t-shirt, supplemented by a Reelect Mayor Goldie Wilson picture.
Also supplemented by his phone number, just in case things don't work out.
Don't say that, man. Don't say that, man. Don't say that. We're doing you a solid, man. Don't pay any attention to Adam.
Oh, wait. All right. They're honking. Sometimes they're honking because there's flames coming out the back of my car. That gave my heart for just a second. So we got to explain to this dude what we're doing. Because we ain't valeting this shit. Building tenants, that's where we're going. Look at the smile on this guy's face, thinking he's gonna drive this.
It would be fucked up if I drive it and it stalls.
It would be, so don't do that.
We're patiently waiting for Quan.
She comes down the elevator, she's looking around, and she sees the DeLorean. She's flipping her shit, excuse me, because there's a DeLorean there, and then all of a sudden she sees Don. So she's not trying to fangirl. She's just trying to see the person that's supposed to be delivering this package. And of course, it ends up being you guys.
Adam's over there with the camera going, wondering what the heck is happening. Oh my God, look at, she snuck out on us.
God.
Well, greetings, citizen. As mayor of Hill Valley, by dedication, proclamation, and pure adoration from a brother named Marion, we would like to wish you a happy belated birthday, citizen.
Oh my God, this is so cool.
Hey, wait, it gets better.
Oh yes.
It gets better.
Oh my God.
Once you take all his
Once you take all the Goldie Wilson stuff and the cards you can't read in public, he very specifically said read in private.
Okay.
I tried to open it, but it's sealed. Take this, and this is what Marion had made for you.
Oh my God, that's so
Look at that.
Oh my God.
Look at that. Look at that.
Wow. Okay. This is
I have an endless amount of mess ups, is what she tells me, because pretty much all her wildest dreams have come true because of you guys. So,
all right, man, you owe us. You owe us, dog.
We killed it.
A bottle of Golden?
We killed it, bro. We killed it.
And then what might be my favorite moment for us, my God, the wedding at Hill Valley. And the bride and groom didn't even know what we were gonna do. These crazy Back to the Future fans rented out the Universal backlot for a wedding. So I decided to call Don and see if we could surprise this couple who planned each detail themselves down to hand painting the table settings. I mean, when your ring bearer is a dinosaur that comes out to the Jurassic Park theme, you thought of everything. But having the mayor himself come out of City Hall after your first dance? Well, they didn't think of that. So when everyone went out for a tram ride between the ceremony and reception, I moved my car into place behind their sweetheart table, and Don started to reminisce.
All my time, right on that corner, right there.
Right.
I broke my little fucking neck right here. The shit was right over there. It's like, God, I've never been in here, man. This is surreal, bro.
Well, now we're sneaking up to the clock tower.
I've never been in the courthouse.
Because this is the way to go. This is. Okay, we gotta go up one more flight of stairs.
Stop flashing the lighting right now. This is epic, my dude.
All right, we gotta go up. We'll go up this. You just gotta hope this isn't locked. You'll see. You'll see. Okay, be ready. Oh, it rolls. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, this is not. Are you shooting? Are you shooting this? Am I shooting this? Of course you are. I've never fucking been like this. Okay. Clear behind. Clock now. Where's the fucking clock? Okay. Where's the clock? The clock is right here. But, okay, now we gotta get down without getting caught. I don't care if I get caught, I'll give him a story. We in the clock tower. At Hill in Hill Valley, running from Universal Security. Dude, give us a reality show. Soon, the moment was upon us, and it was time to surprise the bride and groom.
Now, Melissa and Jeremy, if you would at this time, as well as everyone else, turn your attention to City Hall, please.
Greetings, citizens. Welcome to Hill Valley. As the past, present, and always mayor of Hill Valley, I have been given some information that Jeremy and Melissa had a matrimony here in Courthouse Square. Guess what? As citizens of Hill Valley, I want to be one of the first to congratulate you on a lifelong journey of love.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mayor of Hill Valley. Let's give a big round of applause.
And during this wonderful political season, I have a couple of wedding gifts for you. When you vote, you must always remember to re-elect Mayor Goldie Wilson.
So Kenny still wanted to give his side, and I'm flying the family out for Christmas anyway.
And so I got a hold of one of the bars that I did a gig at with the DeLorean, and I set up a shoot in Columbus, right? He doesn't have to fly out now. It's gonna be at a bar in a neutral place. We'll sit down, we'll have a conversation. So I text Kenny.
Doing this for me. A few months ago, he wanted to give his side. And family holiday.
I'm angry, obviously. I'm not, I don't want to hang out. I want you to hang out with my kids right now. Like, we've got some issues, but I know you at least want to tell your side because this movie's going to be around forever. You're always going to be a mechanic, so you probably, yeah.
So we all go to Columbus. Kenny texts back declining the interview, and I never see him. That was it, and I was ready to finish the story without him.
The Akron Rubber Ducks want Don to come out and get his own bobblehead doll. And so I arranged to get them a DeLorean. My friend Scott Mulholland provided the DeLorean.
I'm proud to announce that I will be at Canal Park Saturday, May 25th for Quack to the Future Night.
And then I got an idea, because I was editing this movie and I thought, wouldn't it be awesome if you threw out the first pitch and I caught it, and it'd be like this moment, and it would be a nice, happy way. I was like, because this is kind of a difficult story. But what I didn't realize is they would be like, okay, that sounds great. And we went, oh, wow, that's going to be interesting.
If you've never thrown out a first pitch.
If you've never put on a glove or caught a baseball.
If you've never stood on a real pitcher's mound.
Dude, it's funny. I was nervous the drag racing day in part 1. I might have been more nervous. We keep saying we're gonna practice, but getting this asshole to do anything, there was no practice.
We practiced.
We did. We practiced there.
Yeah, we practiced there on the scene.
All right, but I was saying beforehand, maybe we just tossed the ball around. But yeah, I guess
Every pitch was awful.
Every
pitch was awful.
And this is where I got to thank you, because you provided a moment for me in sharing the spotlight, which you're not always keen to do, and I understand that.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, I mean, you remember in France when you're like, I'm a little jealous.
You can neither confirm or deny.
Well, it's on tape, dog.
You guys have seen all this photo manipulation, all of this bullshit.
This is actually, dude, this is why I love Don. It's funny because we do a Fastest Delorean screening. Everybody comes down there asking for pictures with me. They're not always asking for pictures with Don. And Don was kind of like... So for 10 minutes, Don got to feel what I feel around him for 5 years. Like so don't act.
Adam.
Yeah. So, but then I look up, he walked the fuck out of the theater. He's like, I'm out, I'm good.
No need to be there. I mean, practicality is practicality.
You know him as Herr Goldie Wilson from Back to the Future. And now starring in the Fastest Delorean in the world on Amazon Prime. Please welcome Don Full-of-Love. And ladies and gentlemen, he's throwing out the first pitch to his co-star in the Fastest Delorean, Adam Contra.
Did you hear me say?
Yeah, I heard you. I heard everything you said. You didn't have to stand out there. 60 feet ain't exactly just a little right there.
Let's do this, Don.
I figured if I prayed a little bit and messed up, people would like me.
Yeah, oh right, because we're in Ohio. We're in a Bible Belt, right? Playing every angle as Don Full-of-Love. So what's crazy is that I then felt this intense responsibility, because I could very well fuck up or I could save your throat.
Let's hear it for Don Full-of-Love.
He didn't think I was gonna nail it, so he jumped.
Well, to be fair, I'm in this stance, and it was gonna hit the plate. I'll slow it down, so I had to turn and go like that. But you did. It is straight, dead on. It's the best throw you hit all day.
The whole day. Terrible pitches. As soon as it was time to perform, it worked out.
That's a professional motherfucker right there. I was very impressed.
Lights, camera, action.
Oh yeah, no, that was good. And dude, it was like the second that happened. We stayed the whole time and watched the fireworks. We gotta say, the Akron Rubber Ducks are some of the coolest people.
Akron Rubber Ducks, do not hit me in my bobblehead like
this. This was a good memory, man.
Do not stroke my bobblehead like that.
Good memory. Mayor Goldie Wilson right there, and that's a good way to end the movie and end the whole Fastest Delorean story, to be perfectly honest. Because in the end,
we all want to end with honesty, decency, integrity. Mayor Goldie Wilson.
That's what we all want. We come to the second screening in France, in Marseille. I'm on a different continent. A dude asks me a question.
Maybe it's a bit personal, but where did you hide Kenny's body?
La question est un peu personnelle. Où est-ce que tu as caché le corps de son frère Kenny?
Yeah, it's funny, right? I laughed. The whole room laughed. It so affected them that they laughed when a German guy said, "Where did you hide the body?" You know, like that's kind of fucked up, right?
I'll reserve comment on that.
Yeah, right. So it was. I love Sven. The guy who did it was the greatest guy. He's very sweet. But the validation was nice, and then it hit me. I'm on a different continent, and they're talking about my brother. And in order to explain this, because I never really explained our relationship, I have to explain the journey and who my brother was in regards to that. So in 1999, I started posting video online about my 4 TV show. And when I made the move to LA in January 2000, I decided to document everything online with video and called it The Journey. It ended up becoming the first and longest running video blog on the planet, now over 2,000 entries and covering 20 years. It's led to random international recognition.
Pinaniniwalaang si Adam Contras, isang Amerikano, ang kauna-unahang nag-post ng video blog sa internet taong 2000.
And of course, countless articles, with the most recent being in the October 2017 issue of Popular Mechanics. But in that first year, in the first month, entry number 7 was a happy birthday song to a 10-year-old Kenny.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kenny. Happy birthday to you.
It became a yearly tradition until he was 18. And those songs are imprinted into the fabric of the journey for me. I couldn't have the relationship with him that I wanted because of our distance, so this was my way of telling my brother that I cared about him as he grew up. That's why no matter what he's done, I have a hard time letting go. I mean, these entries are forever. So I sat with her for a few days. I get back to the States and I call Kenny. And I had only talked to him once in 2 years. And I called him up, he picked up immediately. He said, oh, Jesus Christ, this is so hard. Because had this worked out, none of this would be talked about, but it didn't. I said, come out. He said, okay. And we picked the weekend. It was this weekend. Right now, he should have been here.
Instead of me?
Yes. We had a great conversation, and I said, dude, let's just us sitting here is going to be healing for the audience, for you and me. I don't really care who caused the fire. We do have to talk about the things that went to it, but at the end of the day,
does he agree with you at this point about why you think the fire started?
He believed the fire started because the gas line was a cheap Chinese part, and
which doesn't really mean he's taking responsibility for it.
Well, it actually means he's not taking responsibility for it. He's blaming the country of China. Yeah, like it's
we do that a lot around.
Right. But I didn't. In my head, I heard him say it, and I'm like, I'm gonna cut that out because, God damn it, Kenny, you are the person who chose the parts. Fuck me. But it didn't matter. I didn't care. I was like, let's just get out here. So we hang up. 5 days later.
How long ago is this now?
It wasn't long enough, because this one still hurts. 5 days later, I get a call from him. He goes, I'm still coming out, but, and I'm like, here we go. He goes, I have some investors that are, they've been putting money into my new shop. He's got his own shop now. He doesn't work the other place. And they were a little concerned with Fastest Delorean Part 1. And they don't want me to come out, but it's up to me, and I'm still coming out. You might have to talk to them or, sign some things and so forth. And I said, well, of course, obviously, like if they're businessmen, well, they clearly want to fix Part 1. I said, this is going to be sold as a 2-part story. It'll be a Blu-ray with 1 and 2. It's never going to be sold separately, right? And nobody who watches Part 1 isn't, after the car explodes, isn't going to go, okay, well, I got to figure out what the fuck happened there, right? So all we got to do is make things good in 2. It's a nice, lovely story. Everybody's happy. So I said, dude, let me call him. I'll sign anything. I said, Kenny, I will give you final cut of the film. Now, maybe you don't know what that means. It's a huge thing for a filmmaker to do, because it literally means I can't release it until they sign off on that cut. And if I were to release it any differently than what they signed off on, I am fucked, right? So it was, I said, look, I'll give you final cut. You can basically write the script. The reason I want to do this is so I don't have to answer these questions about you anymore. It's making me sick. I'm not doing well, okay? And he said, cool, yeah. I said, so he goes, I got a meeting with him on a couple days. I'll let you know. A couple days comes by. It was a Wednesday, Thursday comes, Friday comes, finally Saturday. I'm like, Kenny, what happened? What happened to the meeting? He goes, I have some things to think about. I'll call you next week. And I turned to Talia and I said, he's not coming out. I can't believe this. And I said, Kenny, don't wait till next week, dude. Let's talk about this. We're trying to fix your reputation, dude.
No, for posterity, after the first phone call, I told you he wasn't coming.
I know you told me that. I believed in him.
Did you buy him a ticket?
This time I didn't.
Were you going to reimburse him for his ticket?
My father actually said, I will buy the ticket. This is where it is hard.
And was the ticket purchased?
No, the ticket wasn't. Let me get to the end of this, dude. Ooh, this is gonna be hard. I had to say my dad. Obviously, when that first phone call and Kenny was coming out after all this, I called my dad. He was absolutely emotional. He was like, "Thank God you guys are gonna get along." And I was like, "Yeah, this is gonna work out." Kenny gets it. He understands. He calls me a few days later after that Saturday text back and forth, and this time he's actually angry, and he goes, "You know what, man? I'm not coming out. You didn't give me enough time to do an impossible task." And I said, Kenny, you keep saying that, but we know the truth, dude. You can tell your friends whatever you want, but he's like, no, blah, 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 and he just kept going. And when we started Fastest Delorean, he not only told me 8 weeks, he told his boss 8 weeks. Didn't matter that I got a loaner time machine to give him more time, because his boss was like, dude, what the fuck? So by the 12th week, when I did come out, they didn't like me. They were angry with me because my fucking car is there, right?
Their employee's wasting his time on your car.
Not good. Everything's bad. I even found all of my parts on eBay. Yep, from somebody that worked at the shop. I had no idea about, for a number that was way lower than it was worth. One of my drivers that works for Rent a DeLorean called me and said, is this all your shit? I'm like, yeah, what the fuck is this? And he goes, can I buy it for that much? I'm like,
did you care?
Did I care?
What did you think was happening?
It was $10,000 of my fucking stuff.
Well, had you worked something out?
No, that's what I'm saying. We had mentioned, are you going to ship it here or are we going to put it on eBay? I had no idea. And it certainly wasn't going to be for that amount. So I said, give me 5 minutes, it's yours. I called Kenny immediately. I said, take down the eBay listing and ship it to this address. He said, okay, click. So I didn't ever push that any further. I don't know who did it, why it happened, but the point was they weren't real fucking happy with me. So at the end of March, the boss says, get it out of here. So at the end of March, when I went back to LA and he was gonna fix the power dip, he took it home. He took it home to a place I'd never seen before. Month 4 now. What's going on? He turns to the camera and says, everything's mechanically sound, good to go, ready to race. It's in part 1.
So you're excited about racing it. You think we're gonna beat the record. There's no problem.
Yeah, mechanically the car is sound. Everything's good. Suspension's good. I'm not worried about bolts breaking off underneath it anymore.
Where exactly did I not give him enough time? And he kept saying, well, it was an impossible task. If you look in part 1, there's an email of a link that I had sent to him above the email that was being spotlit. ls1delorean.com. My friend Nicholas Radel, who was the horsepower king. He literally put an LS in a DeLorean, made a whole website, showed every single fucking step all along the way, how to do it, how long it would take, the most complicated thing you've ever seen. And in fact, the email I was giving Kenny, and this was in December before he even got the car, was when he told me he was gonna change it from automatic to manual. I was like, this looks really hard. Here's a link to the guy doing it, But he never looked at any of that stuff. It was not an impossible task. He was just talking a bunch of shit about it being 8 weeks. And so when he was, building all that and putting all that together, I'm sure all of his friends were like, man, Adam is a dick. I can't believe he's trying to make him do this in 8 weeks. Like, okay, dude, stop. Enough of this shit. That's not what happened. It's not even close to what happened. And he knows that, and he admitted to that. And if he had just come out, we wouldn't be fucking talking about it. But if you're gonna lie to all your friends for 2 years and then go back to them for advice, guess what they're gonna say? It's not your friend's fault. They're working with faulty information. If you lie to your support system, you're gonna get bad advice. Motherfucker. This is what I didn't want to have happen. But that's what happens when you drink. It is a truth serum. Jesus fucking Christ. Shit. How you doing? How you doing? Honestly, the mistakes that he made were very minor and anybody could have made them. I don't know why he took apart the alternator. It's a bad call.
Why do you give the guy credit? I mean, he's your brother because you share the same father. He completely fucked this project up for you.
I know, man. This is an issue I've been dealing with for a long time, and
seems like about 20 years.
If anybody says the name Kenny and says something negative, something in the back of my head goes, and it hurts, because he'll always be that little kid that I sang those birthday songs to, and those videos mean a lot to me, and now they're all stained. You know what I mean? That's where that song came from.
Look, that song that you wrote, people thought your wife cheated on you. Okay? That's how bad the song was.
Yeah, now we got to show it. Basically what happens is, to finish the story, I texted him, I said, I have an idea. I said, call me right away. He's like, I will do. And I say, listen, I'll come to you, we'll do it at the shop. I'll fly to you right now. We'll do it at your shop. We'll almost make it like an ad for your shop, show that you're doing well, show us getting along. It'll be great. And he goes, Adam, you're not gonna wanna hear this, but it's not worth my time. I'm not doing your movie. And I went, okay, click. And that was a 36-second call, and then I wrote that fucking song.
Everything you said was right. You knew it then, you knew it clear that night. So why did you call me back? They orchestrated everything you lacked. Do you know the pain you caused me? Do you know the rain you drenched upon me? Do you know the stain that's on me? But you will answer for this longer than I do. And I still care, 'cause I could not help you. You think it's easier to close your eyes and listen to your friends repeat your lies. Do you know the pain you caused me? Do you know the rain you drenched upon me? Do you know the stain that's on me? Have you revised enough to help you hide again? And are you strong enough to hide?
What's with Kenny now, man? You done with him?
The way he has handled this has made it so clear that he just doesn't understand what I'm going through and how hard this is for me and how much I care about him. And I have made it a point in life that when people cannot empathize, I cut them out. And it's as simple as that. Like, it's not even brother, not brother, friend, anybody. If you don't consider my feelings, I mean, and that's what's lost on all this. I've been approaching this from the perspective of, Kenny, this would be good for you to do this. My father has spoken to him and said, Kenny, this would be good for you to do this. Is anybody gonna stand up for me and go, wow, you fucked over your brother, maybe help him out here? Maybe just once come out and, you know, I mean, and make good here? Like, really? Why would you continue to shit on him every single time he's trying to do this? What the fuck? How much more damage can you do to the guy? It's stupid. Like, Jesus Christ, man. But either way, I don't know why you wouldn't want to fix this. That's what's killing me. You could have had Fastest Delorean be a pretty nice nice little arc. I mean, he got the record. He built the fastest DeLorean. It kind of blew up. He comes back out. Everything. It's all one nice redemption story. If he comes out and works out, it would have been a nice 1-2 punch.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Fuck this. Been in the car since you've been alive. Now you're legally allowed to drive. Well, that's all good and fine. You're not driving mine yet. Okay, I'm sorry, I couldn't do that backwards. You wouldn't have got this till you were 18. So continue backwards on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday! It's everybody!
You thinking about doing a part 3?
Never.
You know you want to. You do. You know you want to.
You know, this is where the legacy of Fastest DeLorean will live forever, and I don't have to have anything to do with it. The guy in England, Chris Hawes, is actually racing his DeLorean.
Oh, Chris.
Hello, baby.
I feel his nerves.
Go, 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 go!
You got it!
Oh, no, just not.
12.52.
Not enough.
I know, but I was pretty damn close. He was like 5 or 6 miles per hour faster than me. So literally, his gear ratio is better than mine. I believe he will beat me. And then, you know, if he wants to make a documentary, by all means, I'll give you the name. Chris, we want you to beat the record. We want this to live on forever. And thefastestdelorean.com. I got a new website, by the way. Thefastestdelorean.com.
Thefastestdelorean.com.
So someone like you isn't like fastest in the world DeLorean.com.
World's fastest DeLorean. Fastest in the world DeLorean. The world's fastest DeLorean, or as the t-shirt said, the fastest DeLorean in the world.
Hey, you got it right.
And it, thank you.
And just like that, transmission is completely fucked. I have absolutely no working car. It took over 20 breakdown tows, but I finally got a repeat tow truck driver, Mikey. When was the last time? Was it last year or this year? This year. It's funny. That's how many times this car's broken down, over 20 times in the past 2 years.
Oh my goodness.
Is it is it in shambles?
Well, I don't think this is gonna wash off.
Anything salvageable, or is this the whole thing?
Well, they pay by the pound for scrap metal.
Oh, I see.
So, do you see that?
Yeah.
That and that should be twins.
Yeah. Where are all the fucking teeth? They must be in the transmission.
Yeah, they're probably in the.
That's a big problem. Look at all those beautiful teeth. Identical to this one. In the entire building, there was one that matched.
Oh, the motor. I'm thinking about the tranny. Yeah, the motor.
Yeah, the motor
I
stuff.
can't say tranny. Transmission.
Easily the funniest thing that's ever happened to us in public. Just a softball that we're coming back from a Rams game,
And crowded subway. We're sitting down. Oh, how do we get a seat in that? Oh, no, it was a bus going to the subway.
Yeah.
So we're sitting down, and quiet, Don, out of the fucking blue, says, "Are you still having a problem with your tranny?" And all the heads go, and they're looking at me like, "Are you having a problem with your tranny?" And I didn't even have to say anything. I just looked at you. I started laughing. They started laughing.
The minute I said it, I was like, "Oh boy."
He's like, "Oh no, I mean your transmission. I mean your transmission." It's like, "Ooh, shit, brother. It's a different day. It's a different day."